Going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Chris Nagar now for the extra point.
And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Henry again on second down.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Tannehill. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 34.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
A first down carry for Smith. And a short gain down to about the 33. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. Time again to see what Ryan Tannehill and the Titans can do.
And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
On second down now, it's Henry, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And Henry gets the call there on first down as he pushes his way forward. A pickup of about 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Devon Hamilton gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also fourth down now.
Here's Brett Kern now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Jacksonville set to go again offensively.
And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Kevin Byard up to make the tackle.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Third down, Lawrence. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Lawrence will throw.
To the goal line, but it's
on that drive, but couldn't do anything with end to excellent field position. And that
So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they will not really have time to do much of anything. 15 seconds, all that remains before halftime. Terrific running there to start the drive, as that's going to go for 15 and a quick first down as well.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Tannehill. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15.
The final shot here before the break, Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin in the AFC with a trip to the Mile High City. Houston on the road at Denver. And it's the Texans who are out in front. Deshaun Watson has thrown a touchdown pass. We'll stay in the AFC West as we head west to Las Vegas to check in on the Silver and Black. And it's the visiting LA Chargers who have the lead in that one at halftime. Justin Herbert with 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh. Check on the Steelers at home.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half.
Taken at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Travis Etienne of the Jags offense set to take over again here.
And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself, at this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 54 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st down, right back to Etienne. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And he stopped immediately there. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. A give to Smith out of the gun. A strong running. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 1st down, Lawrence. They'll set up the screen to Smith. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
Good call there on 1st down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Working with a 2nd and 4. Now Lawrence. This is Chenault on the receiving end. And the Jaguars are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jags take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Tannehill. It's hauled in by Hardy. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st down, Henry going to be swallowed up in the backfield as he'll wind up losing about 3.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. That's complete to his tight end, Ferkser. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Henry. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way to go against them and try and get some points on the board.
And I'm curious on the defensive side if they stay aggressive, because you know they want to. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Titans are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Rosas good with the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's Smith to return it. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Wide open receiver complete. And this will get him all the way inside the Tennessee 20. And a really unbelievable play there on 4th and long. On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to 4th down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. So that drive there, CD, a good response, and that might be the one that gets them to the finish line, a comfortable lead.
Yeah, and that's all about not letting the team back into a game because they just gave up a touchdown. It was back to a 2-score game, and anything can happen in that situation. But instead, they came through with a really terrific drive right there that ended in 6. So you like to slam the door on teams? In this case, they're trying to lock it as well.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Tannehill looking deep for Julio. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 38-yard line. Tannehill now to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Tannehill throwing again. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
The Titans on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell.
And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence.
He's going to loft one deep left side here.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
On 2nd and 10.
Lawrence. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already.
Fourth down. Here's Lawrence. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield right at the 48. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Tannehill.
Throw left side here, hauled in by the tight end, Ferkser.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. From the gun, here's Tannehill.
Open man, Westbrook-Ikhine.
Touchdown, Titans!
Nick Westbrook-Ikhine.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Titans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Jaguars are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Nagar is up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25.
Here comes Ryan Tannehill now leading his offense back out there. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start. It means that they're strong mentally. They've kind of calmed themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they even change game planning a little bit in order to make things better for him.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. He's going to let it fly.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off around the 37. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And this one is incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here's Lawrence.
And Sharp pulls it in.
And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
To throw on 2nd and 10.
Lawrence.
And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Now Lawrence to throw.
He's going to go up top for the end zone, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.